Greetings, YouTube. LMS Tactical here. I hope you guys are doing good. Oh man, what a night. So like a lot of people that could do it, I was up pretty much all night watching the whole Singapore thing. President Trump making history. And a couple times I had filmed the TV screen just in shock, as I don't know, it wasn't really shock, but in just disbelief. I had switched over to MSNBC and I think CNN, and just to see, because I knew they would have a negative spin on it. Like, we've all said, if Trump was curing cancer, they'd come down on him for something about it. They'd say he was practicing medicine without a license or something. So I just slid over there like I always do to see what they're saying, and I was so just flabbergasted that I filmed a little bit of it and threw it up on YouTube, without any intro or anything, just threw it up there. And some of you saw that. Excuse me, I'm tired. But it just got me to thinking. I mean, it's too bad there wasn't a way to talk to liberals directly, because I know that probably everybody that watches this channel is not on the left. I mean, I used to be irritated with the left, and then I got like really pissed off at it. I honestly, the point is, I think it's a mental illness. I mean, I used to say that just to be kind of like condescending to them, but what else can you call it when you've got a president? Let's just put it this way. Okay, we all know how I felt about Obama. Now, the difference between me and the Trump haters is that I didn't hate Obama from the beginning. I didn't vote for him because I didn't know who the hell he was. He just came out of nowhere, and I was like, who the hell is this dude? I mean, it was like he just literally materialized. So I just had a weird feeling about that, voting for somebody that I didn't know anything about. And of course, any liberal will tell you that, oh, you didn't vote for him because he's black. It's the easy, cheap way out of it. But, throughout the years of Obama, the 8 long years, and now with Trump in the White House, I have just become amazed at the subterranean levels that people sink to, and some of these people are academically pretty smart people. I mean, these aren't like idiots in terms of like understanding, mathematics and how to read and form a sentence and everything. But yet they literally cannot bring themselves to acknowledge one decent thing that the president has done. And that scares the shit out of me for humanity. Not for me personally, because I could give a fuck. I'll be dead and gone by the time these people reap the benefits of the country that they're destroying, or that they hope to destroy. And that is assuming they're going to be successful, which I actually sadly believe they will be successful at destroying it eventually. There's just too many dummies in this country. Too many sheep that just cannot think for themselves, refuse to think for themselves, for various reasons. But I mean, it is literally flabbergasting to me that so many people, and I'm so sorry that I'm driving while I'm trying to make this, feeling like always the time I find to make these videos, that so many people are so screwed up. I mean, I guess I'm just venting again. Do you guys find it amazing that people are that fucked up? I mean, let's just say that Obama, everything that Trump did last night in Singapore, let's just say Obama was there. Now, there's no way to prove this because he wasn't there. But I can assure you, without any hesitation, that I would have been watching it all night, and I would have been ecstatic, just as ecstatic as I was last night. I still wouldn't like Obama, but I would absolutely not hesitate to acknowledge that what he was doing was a good thing for humanity and for the North Korean people and the people in the region, and probably the entire world. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but I'm sure Obama did a couple of decent things, and I always acknowledged him for it. What did he do? He did do one thing that I remember saying, hey, that was pretty cool. I can't remember right now, and I'm not trying to be funny, but there was something that he did, and I gave him credit for it. I mean, If Adolf Hitler runs out in the street and saves a dog from getting hit by a car, I'm going to run over and shake his hand and acknowledge that he did a good thing. But these people on the left, man, are so indoctrinated. I don't know if you haven't watched these other channels, man, and how they're presenting this thing, you've got to watch it. You got everything from as juvenile as, you know, oh, they have the American flag next to the North Korean flag. These are the people that burn the flag. These are the people that kneel for the flag. These are the people that shit all over the flag. And suddenly they're upset because there's an American flag next to a North Korean flag. Well, that's diplomacy. That's how you do it when you're dealing with another country, you know, with a sovereign country. Then there's, oh, but when Obama went to Cuba, you guys came unglued about that. Yeah, well, Obama was sitting there. He went to a dictator's country. And yeah, I know that Kim's a dictator. He went to Cuba and sat there watching a baseball game and was doing the wave and eating popcorn with these assholes and posing in front of giant pictures of Che Guevara and got nothing for it. And America got nothing for it. And the world is not better for it. So it's like, there's no comparison. Trump didn't go to North Korea. They met in a neutral place. And it is the very first steps, the beginning steps that may actually disarm a dictator from his nuclear arsenal, which ultimately will no doubt save untold millions of people. Because where there's nukes and dictators in the same area, you're going to get a detonation eventually. You know, and whether that's millions of Korean people or millions of American people or millions of whatever people, how is that not a great thing? I don't get that. How is it, you know, if you're somehow a liberal watching this, I mean, I'd love to look you right in your liberal face and have you explain to me how it is that you can't acknowledge the greatness of, if you don't want to say Trump, of the actions of Trump as they relate to being the first president in almost 70 years to sit face to face with this guy. And, you know, oh, but we don't know. This is what they were saying on MSNBC. We don't know what the deal is. Nobody knows what it says. And he didn't go through Congress. Look, man, he made a pledge in front of the world, in front of the cameras of the world, that he's going to start disarming him, you know, dismantling his nukes. You guys all know it's going to happen. It is going to happen. You know, and I have said before, there was another video I made about Kim Jong, whatever his name is. Look, you guys, I'm not a historian, but I am a humanitarian, a studier of humanity, and I'm going to tell you something. People are, by and large, the same. The Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un family, those people have ruled that country with violence and torture and starvation since they began ruling that country. But when this guy came on board, he was a young dude. He's only like 32, 33 years old, or 34 or something like that. He's not older than 34 years old. And it always takes young blood to realize the mistakes of the older people. And I'm not saying he's a nice guy, but he is a young dude, and yeah, he wants to be recognized, and he's in charge of an entire country, and his country's starving, and they have no electricity, and his military's eating grass, and they have worms in their stomach. And as we saw from the guy that defected, the last one, I mean, they're living in hell. And he has access to videos and to the internet, not his people, but he does. And he sees the rest of the world. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, he wants to go down in history as the guy that changed North Korea for the better and opened it up to the rest of the world. He has to be very careful. Other dictators that have given up their nuclear arsenal and capitulated to the West have had their very countries turn against them and slaughter them because in moments of retribution. You know, you kept us down all these years, let's do a coup. Or he's got to be careful. His own military. Some of these older guys that think old school may think that he's too weak and he's given in to the Americans and to the West, and they may slaughter him, and he knows this. He's got to be careful. So there is no easy way. I'm not saying he's a nice guy, but whatever it takes, if you gotta kiss Hitler's ass to get him to stop fucking slaughtering millions of people, don't you think it's worth it? Don't you think it's worth it to start calling him Mr. Chairman as opposed to Rocket Man if it's going to save lives? I mean, I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but I was just absolutely, just when you think you can't be more disgusted with the left, I turned on MSNBC and CNN, and it's just amazing. But anyways, God bless America. God bless President Trump. I've said it from the very beginning. When he came down the escalator, I supported him. I've stood by him. And I kept saying, this guy's going to end up being a George Washington. He's going to end up being the best president in our history. I still stand by that, no matter what people say. Some people say, well, he's not going to be that good. Just watch. Watch. This dude was operating, I think he was up for like 36 hours straight and still looking spry and still getting shit done. I mean, this dude is there to help our country. Anybody that doesn't acknowledge that is fucking blind and stupid. Other than that, you guys take care. LMS Tactical, I'm out.